We have a major leak here that reveals the plans for the rest of the MW2 DLC season, plus some COD 2023 details as well. A bunch of crazy stuff to go through here in this video. Be sure to subscribe for the latest update videos like this. We're super close to 110,000 subscribers. Really do appreciate all of the support recently. Means a lot to me, but let's go straight into this here. We have Charlie Intel, Insider Gaming, all reporting this information. I'll leave links down below for credit. Call of Duty plans for 2023 leaked. An Activision breach, it's claimed. So, moments ago, news surfaced online suggesting that in December of last year, there was a data breach at Activision that saw sensitive documents revealed, including an alleged schedule that apparently highlights the entire year ahead for Call of Duty. In these documents, a calendar was uncovered showing dates for the season structure for the year ahead, as well as detailing dates for an unknown project named simply Jupiter, Project Jupiter. It's not known what this is, but there are expectations that it's a premium release coming in 2023 that everyone has been talking about, including us. A lot of crazy stuff here. Before we go through this, though, I want to give you a quick shout out to my partner, Apex Gaming PCs. They are now removing all shipping fees for international orders, and they're now paying the import tax as well. So a bunch of good discounts over there. Be sure to use my code MATTERS if you do end up buying a PC. Links are down below. But for the dates here, this is super interesting. Now, these are going to be a bit off, of course. This was back in December, and since then, we've had delays for Season 2 and different changes behind the scenes here. So here's what was outlined for the MW2 seasonal structure here, and then we have the content to go through as well. But for Season 3, they originally had a beginning on March 15th and then ending May 15th, and then Season 4 would begin that day as well, May 15th until July 16th. Season 5 would presumably begin same day or the day after, July 17th until September 14th. Season 6, which apparently there's going to be a 6th season here. We previously thought only 5. That would begin September 15th and end November 8th. And the full game, COD 2023, is supposed to release a couple of days later on, I think around November 11th. So that was the original schedule there. Of course, that's not happening because March 15th is very likely going to be the Season 2 reloaded date. And, you know, all of these dates here will pretty much be shift a month back. So at this point, I feel like they probably will scrap that 6th season. Or if anything, that last season will be just a very, very short season. They've done that in the past. I remember Black Ops Cold War's last season was super short. It didn't have a reloaded update as well. So if they still want to have that last season there, it'll be a similar situation as well. No reloaded update, just, you know, a season, a month and a half long, maybe a month long, and that's it. There were also mid-season updates, reloaded updates as well, planned for every season as per the operating model that we've all come to know. However, just the schedule itself was enough to reveal a stack of Call of Duty content coming in 2023. So the dates are off, but the content that we're getting in these seasons will most likely be the same here for the most part. So over the course of these seasons here, we're getting 7 core maps for, you know, 6v6 MP, some of which will likely contain rehashes of older maps that we're expecting. We have the Haunting of Saba event for Halloween, which is going to be a Season 6 around there. That's super exciting. We have 1 licensed operator every season, which means a collaboration or crossover, so licenses from a different IP. Could it be, you know, a Marvel-themed event or from other TV shows or movies? The Action Heroes event we saw from Black Ops Cold War. A lot of potentials with that. That's going to be super cool as well. We have more gunfights, Spec Ops missions, raids, and Tier 1 events starting from Season 3. That's pretty obvious. That's cool as well. We'll go through all this in a second in more detail. 1 small map arriving with Season 4, which should be a similar experience to Shipment. That's interesting. And at least another 240 bundles, 70 per season, which I didn't realize they were producing that many bundles there. That's kind of wild. So that's the plan so far. And of course, we'll go through that in a second, but I want to mention the Jupiter stuff here. We have the dates for Jupiter, which may be the next iteration of the Call of Duty franchise. It's almost completely obscured in the images that were leaked on Twitter. I'm not going to put any of those images up on screen. I don't want to accidentally reveal employee information and stuff like that. Regardless, we're just going through the information here, what was seen. It can be seen that there's a period for Jupiter GL4, April 7th through the 28th, Jupiter Alpha, May 26th through June 2nd, Jupiter GL5, the 9th through the 30th of June. These could be, you know, development cycles, sprint cycles, release windows, or something similar that might take place during the production of the game, but there's no further information at present. We know what an alpha is. We can't say for sure what the GL stages are in reference to, Could this be in reference to, you know, marketing periods where they, you know, start revealing the game? Is the reveal going to start in April or June of this year? That's very possible. I mean, is this going to be stuff where they invite people out early? You know, again, is it just development stages behind the scenes for, you know, only their purposes? And of course, it's worth stating that this breach occurred on the 4th of December last year, 2022, so the information for the schedule could have changed and likely has. Of course, those season dates definitely changed here. There's no way Season 3 is releasing on March 15th. I mean, the Season 2 Battle Pass already says it's not going to be March 15th, so those dates are not accurate there, but the content we're getting and the overall general cycle here is pretty accurate for the most part. So let's start off here first with the MW2 DLC content. This is very interesting. Now, 7 core maps is the first thing where I'm a bit concerned with here, because think about it. We have, you know, a couple more seasons left. We just got Season 2. We're getting 1 core map for Season 2 Reloaded, at least 1 uniquely made map. And for Season 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6, we have 7 maps left. So we have, let's say, 2 for the next season, 2 for the season after that. That's 4. 2 for the season after that, so 3, 4, 5, season 3, 4, 5, we have 6 maps, and then season 6, 1 map, and then that's it. I mean, we're averaging about 2 core maps per season at this point. I mean, that's barely anything, and that's not even saying, you know, those are new maps. Those could also include remakes, so we're averaging 2 core maps per season at this point, and those aren't all new, so it could be potentially 1 new map per season, maybe even none. So overall, I mean, that is very concerning here. I think the likelihood of getting more uniquely made MP maps throughout the next couple of seasons here is honestly super low, unless all of these core maps, these 7 core maps, are mostly uniquely made maps and not remakes. Then that's good. But even at that, we're only getting 2 maps per season at this point, where, you know, in past Call of Duty games, you would get 4 uniquely made MP maps per season. That was the absolute standard there, so it does suck, you know, as an MP fan to see a lot less MP content here. Now, of course, nothing is confirmed. We're literally just seeing a leak here that says 7 core maps, so I can't say for sure what those maps are going to be, but chances are, based on what we've seen, most of those 7 maps, probably 4 to 5 of those 7 maps will be remakes, and very few will be actual new maps. But of course, nothing is confirmed here. We'll see very soon what ends up happening. Now, what I'm actually very excited for is the Haunting of Saba event for Halloween. Again, presumably around that Season 6 time frame. Probably right before COD 2023 comes out, we'll get that Halloween event. We didn't get one for MW2 this year, or I guess last year in 2022. I guess the game just came out. It was weird timing. They could have still done it for the launch, but I guess they wanted to save it for the next season there. The Haunting of Verdansk was such an iconic, fun event. The zombies mode, being able to play as a zombie on Verdansk was so much fun. The bundles we got during the past Halloween events were also pretty sick, based on old, you know, horror movies from the 80s and 90s. I mean, that's always so cool. I personally love Halloween as a holiday as well, so, you know, seeing another Halloween event is really exciting. Hopefully we get similar stuff like that very soon. Apparently, also I saw Saba is codename for Al-Mazrah, so this is, again, a wide-reaching Halloween event, you know, for Warzone here. We'll probably get a similar, you know, Haunting of Verdansk mode return, where you're playing as a zombie, and you'll get some MP stuff as well, maybe some challenges, you know, all that cool stuff, different Halloween-themed cosmetics to unlock. Again, very early on for that, but that's going to be super exciting to see what we get there. Maybe, just to put this out here, we get some type of Halloween-themed map. Now, in the past, you know, COD Ghosts had a super cool map. This wasn't even for Halloween. It was for, like, DLC 1. The first map pack we got in, like, January. It was the Fog DLC map, where you got to play as Michael Myers. Now, that was a straight-up Halloween map. That would be so fire. I mean, and maybe they just bring us Fog, a Fog remake, for the Halloween event for Season 6 in MW2. That would be unreal. So sick. If they did that, oh man, I mean, 13-year-old Matters would be dying. Like, that'd be fire. I'd be like, no way. Like, that would be so sick. So overall, I can't wait to see what we get here for this Halloween event. I don't want to hype myself up too much, but that could be very, very cool. Now, for 1 licensed operator every season, I kind of mentioned this here. There's nothing much to talk about. I mean, just pretty much let me know down below what other, you know, outside IP do you want Call of Duty to work with here or bring into their game? The big one is, you know, Marvel superheroes and villains and stuff like that. I think that's a pretty obvious one they could do. Of course, for past games, for Cold War, for I think Vanguard as well, we had different, you know, 80s and 90s action hero, you know, stars and stuff like that. That's cool as well. I feel like we already did that, though. Other movie stars, maybe, you know, musicians as well. Fortnite collaborates with everyone. You know, you have Travis Scott, and they're doing the Kid Laroi now, and all this different stuff. Like, do you want to see Lil Pump in MW2, I mean, I'd be down. So let me know down below what just other real-life characters, musicians, movie stars, etc. you want to see brought into MW2 and Warzone 2. That's going to be pretty cool as well. Gunfight maps, again, they already confirmed that. You know, we went through Gunfight. I'll make a separate video going through what Gunfight could look like in this game. Spec Ops missions, raids. Again, pretty obvious stuff. It's hard to theorize what those are going to look like. It's going to expand on the storyline we already have in this game. Tier 1 events similar as well. So that's that there. Different events in the game. You know, nothing, you can't really say what that's going to be, but you know, it's pretty obvious we're getting that content there. A small map arriving with Season 4, similar to Shipment. I mean, I've been saying I kind of want another super small close quarters map. I said Kill House from MW 2019, originally from, you know, COD 4. I love that map. I think that's a better, smaller map than Shipment, in my opinion. I think it's super, super fun. I don't know, maybe they bring Kill House. Maybe it's a completely uniquely made small map for this game. That'd be fire because, again, Shipment and Shoot House, you know, I've been seeing it way too much, especially Shipment. We see in every single IW game and Sledgehammer game as well. We need something different. We need a new, iconic, small map. So hopefully they could have, again, a uniquely made small map here that people love, and then they start bringing that one back for future games instead of Shipment every single game. So we'll see there. And of course, bundles. We're getting millions of bundles. That's just obvious. You know, some bundles are cool, some bundles not as much, but that's that there. But now for the interesting stuff here, Project Jupiter. What is going on with this here? So at first glance, a lot of people I'm seeing on Twitter are saying, oh, it's going to be a futuristic game, Project Jupiter, space, you know. Infinite Warfare was a whole space game, or Advanced Warfare as well, like not really space, but still super futuristic. Sledgehammer is making this as well. Sledgehammer is making this COD 2023 game, or at least leading in the development of this game. So they're going to have some influence here, and they kind of failed with their 2 previous World War II themed games, so maybe they're thinking, you know what? Let's just go right back to futuristic games with AW. Look, personally, I enjoyed AW a lot. Now, maybe it's because I was younger back then. All I was doing was playing Call of Duty. So no matter what Call of Duty was out in 2014, 2013, whatever, 2015, I was going to be playing it like crazy. So I feel like I have to acknowledge that point. But also, I think AW, you know, stylistically, the game overall was actually a lot of fun. The pay-to-win aspect wasn't as fun. I never got the ASM1 Speakeasy. Where I got the Obsidian Steed, the Battle Obsidian Steed, but I never got the Speakeasy because you can only get it from supply drops. So if you have a lot of money, maybe you'll be able to get it by buying all of the supply drops, but if you're me, or if you're just a kid in like the 8th grade and you don't have money to buy all these supply drops, you're never going to get it. So I definitely didn't like that aspect, but the game overall, the maps, the weapons, like, it was a lot of fun. So overall, would I be down for a futuristic-based game here? Definitely. Do I want jetpacks? Realistically, I don't know. I definitely don't want AW jetpacks returning. I feel like that'd be too much of a shock. You know, the past couple of years here, we're too far removed from that. Maybe a very minor jetpack, more of what we saw from like Black Ops 3, a very slight jetpack, or just tone it down a little bit would be cool. I mean, I'm down with that. Something different, of course. The overall design of the game and the maps, I don't mind more futuristic based maps. Maybe if this game is set in, you know, 2060 like, or 2050, not too far into the future, you know, but far enough to where in 20 to 30 years in our time, you know, maybe we have jetpacks, kind of like we already have jetpacks right now, actually, over the water and stuff, but maybe there's just a minor advancement in technology to where it's not completely futuristic where we're flying around everywhere, but we have a little bit of an enhancement in our movement there. That could be cool. A good middle ground there would be fire. It'd be good for the game. It'd be good to mix things up. If they do it right, you know, this could be a super fun and interesting game. Now, again, very early on to see what we're getting here. I think chances are, and people were saying as well, just because the code name is Jupiter doesn't mean it's going to be a futuristic game. I mean, Call of Duties have code names with all random stuff, and it doesn't relate to anything to what the game's about. So, you know, we'll see very soon. But if we do get that, you know, some type of semi-futuristic game, I'd be down with it. Let me know down below your opinions on that. So, overall, of course, be sure to update you guys on what we get for future updates here with the, you know, seasonal structure, the content we're getting for the rest of MW2, and of course, what we're getting for COD 2023 is going to be, you know, MW2 Part 2. Is it going to be a completely different game, but in the MW universe? We'll go through all of that very soon. Be sure to subscribe for more MW2 and Warzone 2 news update videos like this. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.